I'm always getting emails like this. I mean, text messages like this. I get emails too, but they're all in my spam folder. But anyways, yeah, also, you know, we get these scam likelies and whatnot all the time. My secret to filtering out these people is I put them under Z spam folder, or ZZ, because some people and some companies have a Z at the beginning of their name or last name. So I started using ZZ to put them at the very bottom of my folder, and then, or you know, my contacts, and then I'll generally I'll just put people in a ZZ spam folder, and then I'll block the whole folder, and then boom, I never hear from them again. Companies like this is a little bit different. I'll actually specify, you know, them, and I don't actually block their number unless they're crap, which Swift may arguably be crap, but nonetheless, I probably would never go to Swift unless they either one offered me an offer I couldn't refuse, or two, if I basically was running team with a girlfriend or whatever. And that's the only way I would run team again, is with, you know, my woman, if I ever have another woman. I'm not even looking anymore. Which is sad in itself. But anyways, I don't know, I'm just too busy. I ain't really got time for a woman. And most of the women these days will bring you down anyway. So I've already had enough problems with people bringing me down. I don't need another relationship bringing me down. So, but again, like I said, for the right woman, I would, you know, get in a relationship with, and I would only run team if I was in a relationship. Now, I would not run team in a tanker, so it would have to be something like Swift or Dry Van Company. Oh, Smoky Bear. Mark him in Google Maps. I know I'm not speeding because I just climbed a hill, so he's probably going in the middle. Yep, looks like he's going in the middle. Good thing I marked him in Google Maps. Anyhow, yeah, he's staying there. So, yeah, this may look like a good deal to some people, but I don't know. And oh, there's a gator in the middle of the road. He could be turning around for that, but I doubt it. A lot of these cops don't care about serving and protecting. They only care about serving and collecting. But anyhow, yeah. Okay, 64 cents per mile. I guess that would be okay if you got a lot of miles. But who wants to drive more for less, right? You know? I've been offered good money from the last two companies, and it wasn't as good as they said it was. And that's usually the case. It's usually the case. Now, if I wanted to bust out ungodly miles and never go home, yeah, I can make a lot of money. But why would I want to do that? You know, drive, do 8-hour splits all the time, mess up my sleeping habit. Well, I mess up my sleeping habit anyways, because half the time I end up sleeping at the customers. Because I'm in the dock freaking twice a day. Not really in the dock anymore because I'm not bumping docks. But, you know, I came to this company that I'm working for now because I thought I'd have more miles, more over the road, and less, you know, being at the customer. No, I'm probably at the customer more sometimes. It's like, yesterday, I think it was, I had 3 loads in one day. You know, I spend more time doing paperwork, or not more time. I spend so much time doing paperwork that I don't have any time for myself at the end of the day. And then I'm supposed to do an 8-hour split, you know? Fuck that, you know? So it's like, give me more miles. Maybe, you know, well, if we didn't have to worry about parking, maybe I'd do 8-hour splits. You know, back in the day when we had paper logs, I ran like crazy. Not all the time though, but in the beginning. I drive 5, sleep 5, drive 5, sleep 5, because that's the way we used to do it back then. You know, it was 10 on, 10 off, so, but you could split it. So I just drive 5, sleep 5, drive 5, sleep 5, and I'd park wherever, you know. But back then, you could get away with parking wherever. You know, like up in Canada, you could pretty much park, well, I don't know about it anymore. I haven't been there in a decade. But in Canada, you used to be able to just park on the side of the road. They had really wide shoulders in some places, and people would just park right on the shoulder on the interstate. I don't know if they call them interstates up there, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, we used to just maybe not park on the side of the interstate, but we used to be able to park on ramps, and we had a lot more parking options back in the day, where we don't so much anymore. It's like they're closing down our rest areas. You get tickets for parking on ramps. They won't let us park in the way stations anymore. You know, people used to be more trucker friendly, and now they're not so much. Even the truck stops are becoming less trucker friendly and charging for truck parking. It's like, come on, you know. Now, that being said, if your company pays for truck parking and you want to do, you know, split sleeper all the time, that would work to your advantage, you know. But some of these companies don't pay for that. Now, my company just started paying for it, but they didn't when I first started. So now I'll drive the extra mile a little bit more than what I used to, because I know, well, you know, if I get in a pickle, they'll pay for parking, no big deal. And I hate paying for parking, especially at a truck stop that, you know, I mean, on the East Coast and the West Coast, it's somewhat expected to have to pay for parking, but then you get fuel, and then you get your parking for free. So you're not really paying for parking, right? Well, anyway, the exception to that is like Rhode Island. There was only, this is back in the day, I don't know if that truck stop's still there. I haven't been up there in a while. But there was one truck stop in the whole state of Rhode Island that I knew of, and or at least on I-95, and it was paid parking. So anytime you went there, you pretty much had to pay for parking. And if you were there for more than 2 hours. But, or was it Rhode Island? I can't remember. I just remember there was one truck stop in Rhode Island, and I liked it because there was a cute redhead that I liked, and I used to go there a lot. But I can't remember if it was paid parking. I think it was, but it's been so long since I've been there. That's like almost 20 years ago. But anyway, man, I can't believe I've been driving that long. Oh, God. So, I mean, yeah, I got off on a rabbit trail. I hate paying for parking. I don't like paying for parking. But, again, you know, if the company pays for it and they want me to go the extra mile, I'll go the extra mile, you know, and pay for parking, you know. So, you know. I just watched the deal on Will Smith where he said you know a lot. And I guess when he said you know a lot, or it was because he was stressed or whatever, feeling the pressure. But I guess that's one of his baseline things, and I guess it's one of my baseline things too. But anyway, you know. So, I got off on another rabbit trail. But basically, yeah, I don't know. You tell me if 64 cents a mile sounds like good money. I mean, if it's over the road, but this says dedicated positions available. I don't know how many miles you're gonna get, if it's all drop and hook or anything like that. I'm not planning on going to Swift. That's why I said what I said. But Swift has a habit or history of not treating their drivers very well. So, not to mention the other things they're known for. But I got 6 miles to my rest area. Hopefully it's got parking. I mean, not parking, bathrooms. Because that's another thing. When I was younger, I didn't care, you know. And people didn't care as much either. But you know, it's like you got to be careful where you park, and if you got to go to the bathroom. And that was another thing. Back when we had paper logs, we had to go to the bathroom and we were parked on a ramp. We could just drive to the bathroom and then go to the next ramp and log it the next day. Can't do that anymore. You know, can't do that anymore. But so yeah, I only try to park where I got bathrooms. But anyways, so you know, I don't know, I didn't ask any questions. I just said, hey, add 10 cents to that and I might maybe be interested. Because chances are you're not going to make what they say you're going to make. Always make sure you do extra homework and talk to other drivers. Maybe more drivers need to put together groups like I did for HMD and whatnot, so that we have a driver-friendly place to communicate. Be able to filter out the BS on our own without extra BS being presented to us. Because I know drivers lie too. You know, it's like people always talk about how they make good money in the oil field, but it's not as good as they make it out to be. I went to the oil field not on purpose. You know, I had a job and these guys called me wanting me to go work in the oil field because because I had my name in this database. Like Swift got my name and number from a database. And I was having problems at my current job. So I was like, you know what? I think I'll check that out. So I did. And I spent almost 2 years in the oil field trying to find that big money everybody was always talking about.
3 miles, exit highway right.
And I never really could find it. The only big money I found was the people that sit in those operating, air-conditioned operating control box trucks and trailers on the oil field and pretty much run and manage the whole place. But in order to get there, you have to, one, have a college degree, and two, you have to do all of the grunt work to get to that place. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I left, you know. There's other probably good ways to make money in the oil field, but you know, it's like you gotta, oh, the rest area is closed. That sucks. All right, on to the next place. Oops, oh well. Luckily, I had a split sleeper at the last customer. I was there for 3 hours. So I actually can drive another 3 hours instead of 30 minutes. Like I got 30 minutes on my regular 14, but with the reverse split sleeper, I can go a little further. So the rest area is closed. We're going to the next available spot. Hopefully there's parking at this Pilot down the road in 20 miles. 18 miles. So anyways, yeah. Kind of rambling, but some people have been waiting for me to make another video. So here it is.
Take exit 34 on the right. Onto
Sorry, timed out.
toward Osceola.
Anyhow, yeah, it may not be a bad deal, but and I don't even know if this is dedicated in my area or not, but it probably is. So if you live around Kansas City area and you want this opportunity, give them a call. Give them a call. I'm content where I am. I like what I do for the most part. The equipment's good. They take care of their equipment for the most part. And I just wish I had more, you know, loaded miles.
Service 2.5 miles.
I don't like these short runs unless, you know, they're gonna pay me more for them, but I don't really get paid that much more. And then the paperwork drives me nuts. There's a lot of paperwork. It's like, give me longer runs. I hate doing paperwork. Which is another reason why I haven't done my pay thing to let people know how much money I'm making. It keeps going up and down because I'm percentage and it fluctuates. So part of the reason is I hate doing paperwork, and the other part of the reason is I got other things that are not really more important, because that's important. I just hate doing paperwork, and then I'm always worried that the number is going to go down, and it's like looking at your stock portfolio. You know, most people don't like it when the number goes down. It freaks them out. Me, I like it when the number goes down, because then I buy more. Then I sell more when the number goes back up. But in this case, you know, it hurts when the number goes down. So right now, the last calculation I had, the number was up.
Right onto West Clay Street.
But the previous calculation, the number was down. And it made me depressed. So now that it's up, I'm afraid to look at it again because I'm afraid it's going to go back down again. You know? And I'm probably just going to go to a different tanker company because, yeah, I just don't like worrying about, am I making enough money? But they do seem to pay me. You know, it's not like they're not paying me for, hang on, I gotta do something on the screen, otherwise it'll time out again. And now I gotta shift. They're not,
Stop and service. 0.4 miles.
I wouldn't say they're dishonest or anything, because it seems like I get paid for pretty much everything that I claim that I need to get paid for, except some of the tank washes, which most tanker companies will pay you for breakdown, they pay you for tank wash, they pay you for time at the customer, the whole 9 yards. These guys don't even pay you for your time at the customer, they only pay you for detention. So they could do better, but the last tanker company I was with, I just got basic salary. For the most part, I had a $200 a day guarantee. Shit, doesn't look like I'm gonna find parking in here. Maybe I'll get lucky. Do you feel lucky, punk? So if it times out again, oh shit, there's a parking spot. All right, I'm going in that one. There's a couple. They're tight, but there's a couple. But as I demonstrated, I'm a pretty good backer, so I'm not worried about that so much. Oh, there's 2 spots over there, and that's not paid parking.
Truck stop and service.
I like to park
0.9
uphill. I don't like parking downhill because I feel like I'm falling out of my sleeper. I think I'm gonna turn around and get this. Oh, there's 4 spots side by side right there. I'll turn around and get one that's facing uphill. I just don't like sleeping downhill. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? But anyways, I'm gonna stick this company out because I get plenty of home time. I don't gotta fight for my home time. The money's okay. It could be better, could be worse, but I get home. I don't have to fight for my home time. And my home time is just as important as the money. You know, if I didn't have a farm,
Truck stop and service.
you know, the 2 things for me, as far as home time goes, is I can take that spot. Another reason why I want a spot I don't like going for the 3 spots because then I got to worry about somebody backing in next to me and hitting me, who's not a very good driver. But anyhow, this one here is not too bad. It's got a bobtail and a big truck, so I can squeeze in here without worrying about it. But yeah, I get plenty of home time. They don't fuss at me about home time, and I make okay money. I pay my bills. Oh, okay, I'm in between the lines. I pay my bills.
I didn't catch that. Did you say you liked it in the asshole?
I got a little extra to invest. Oh yeah, what I was trying to say, hopefully I don't get timed out. I only had to do one pull-up on this one. It was a little tight, but not too bad, not too bad. But I don't gotta worry about anybody backing in next to me, so that's cool. But it's a Chihuahua. Hey Chihuahua. Bella. Is that the dog's name or the driver's name? So, where was I? Yeah, home time. You know, home time's important if, you know, you got things going on at home. Like, when I was on the road, I didn't go home for a couple months. That was back before I had a life, you know? You know? Back before I had a life. I didn't have a house. I didn't have anything. You know, I just had my laptop and my computer business. Everything I did was wrapped around driving truck. I had my stuff in storage. I maybe drove my car, if I had a car. I maybe drove my car once, you know, in a blue moon, you know, like every 3 months, 4 months. But when I first started, you know, they wanted us to stay out for like 6 months before we could take, you know, a week or two off. You know, 1 day for every week we were out. I don't do that shit anymore. It's like, no. I require 2 days off for every week that I'm out. And I just don't feel like killing myself anymore. I've been out here over 20 years. And I used to kill myself. I used to drive like crazy. And I'm burned out. So I just don't do it anymore. I mean, I tried finding other jobs or doing other jobs to get out of this business because I thought I could do better. But the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Yeah, I do miss having a life, you know, like a regular life. You know, it's like you can't really have a relationship because most women can't handle being in a relationship with the guy who's gone all the time. And they either leave you or they cheat on you, or both. So, yeah, if I don't really have a relationship, I don't have anything, I just got my farm and my animals now. But if I wanted to let that go, yeah, I could go on the road and be gone all the time. But, you know, that's part of my sanity, is having something to go home to. Interesting, that's a dude getting in that truck. So Bella's either his co-driver or the dog. Anyways, not that it matters. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm on a rampage, rambling. But I don't know. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. But I don't know what the point was now. I totally forgot what my point was. 64 cents per mile. I guess it's okay money. But how many miles are you going to get? How much home time are you going to get? I didn't really look into it. But if you want to, great. But I don't know. Swift's really the best place to go. Although I did see a cute Swift driver today. Or was it yesterday? Can't remember. But, you know, like I said, that's the only reason I'd go there.
Where are you going?
Is if I got in a relationship with the Swift driver. Speaking of Swift, somebody's yelling at Swift on the radio. But anyway, yeah, swing wide. It's a freaking trailer. I had to say it. So, What's the other one? Sure wish I had. Wait, sure wish. Swift. I can't remember. So, anyways, there's a lot of Swift jokes out there. I used to know all of the jokes when everybody talked on the radio, but nobody talks on the radio anymore. Hardly. It seems like lately, though, there's been more CB activity. I don't know what that's all about, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Single white male looking for a woman who likes to do paperwork. Just kidding.